very good afternoon to you. Time check. It is 12:34 p.m. in the afternoon right here in the city of Lagos. It is the business side of entertainment, and my name is Kelly Akindola. I'll be your host for the next 30 to 45 minutes. With me on the show today, I have got the amazing, I call him the great man. He's a great man. I have the amazing Alexander Olumuyiwa Osho with
Somebody
me.
Somebody has done our research.
In the studios. Oh, Mr. Alex, it's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. It's my honor.
Okay, how did you make it here in the rain? I hope it wasn't too.
Well, Nigerians keep talking about the rain. I don't think the rain should stop us from doing what we have to do.
Exactly.
So we're not salt and we won't melt away. So let's just have fun doing what we have to do.
Awesome. So that's the spirit. So Mr. Alex, tell us very quickly about what you do. Who is Alex Osho as a brand?
Okay, Alex Osho is I like to just, sometimes I sit back and I get a little confused myself.
Wow.
But I've been able to streamline it to the fact that I'm just a creative entrepreneur.
Okay.
I'm someone who is into the creative aspect of life.
Okay.
And I try to make sure that every business I do surrounds and is woven around that particular sector. You understand? So I started my life as a singer. Like we said off air, we talked about prepping ourselves. So I started my life as a singer, and then when I was going to go to school to perfect my craft, I went to school to study music.
Wow.
Yes, at the University of Lagos. But on getting to school, I found out that most of the lecturers that trained us to be musicians were sadists. And so at my second year, I had to change my course, and I ended up becoming a theater artist, which I preferred along the line. I found out that I could act very well, and I never knew that I would thrive well as an actor.
Wow.
Yeah,
so you discovered.
In fact,
that.
I think I was top 4. Yeah, I'm not think. I know I was top 4.
Wow.
At the University of Lagos.
At the University of Lagos. So awesome. So how has it been? Okay, very quickly. I know you have other things. You have You have the Root Entertainment band. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, Root Entertainment Africa was registered in 2007 as a company to produce movies and manage artists and plan events. Okay. Yeah. I think that growing up, like I said, I already knew I was going to be in the creative market. So I started by saying to myself, if you're going to do business, you should have your business registered.
Yes.
And I was a student.
To make it organized.
Yeah, and I was a student. So I found a friend who was then a member of the Infinity Music Group.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is David. Okay. David Thomas.
I think I know that.
David Thomas. He's one that sang the Yoruba part in Olori Oko.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, great.
He came as partner with me, and then we registered the business and we started running. Lest I forget, I also managed Infinity for like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Great.
So that was the beginning of it for me.
For you.
And then of course my band came up in 2000 and way before that, 2005, I already had a band, and we used to go playing music up and down. There was a club on Awolowo Road called La Cabeza Bar. I remember we were 5 of us, one bassist, one keyboardist, and a drummer, a guitarist, and myself, the singer, a single singer, no backup singer.
No backup.
And we used to go all around, do music, and we were well paid. At least at that time, if you are being paid 50K, that's money.
That's a lot of money for
students again.
Yeah.
We had money to buy ourselves Tommy Hilfiger shirts.
Wow, designers.
And some Levi's jeans. It was an awesome time for us. Okay. And that was my eye opener. What brought about me registering the business, and I used to produce stage plays.
Wow.
Yeah, so I remember that propelled me to partner with a friend also called Lekon Balogun, who is a professor now at the University of Lagos. He lectures there. We were classmates. I think it was a year ahead of me, and we produced Oya, we produced Moremi, we produced about 5 plays.
Wow, so
I acted in some. I remember that in 2006 or so, we were already preparing ourselves to produce Oya when University of Lagos didn't have a play for their convocation.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So you guys had to put something together for?
No, they hijacked our play.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was hijacked from you
The
guys.
HOD then, Professor Duroni, who later became the deputy vice chancellor,
Okay.
just called us and said, I heard you guys are rehearsing a play for your business, blah, blah, blah. Well, University of Lagos needs a play. There's nothing we can do. We are taking it over from you. And the guy just paid us off. And before we knew, once we saw money,
I was going to ask, because this is a finance read. I was going to say that. Did you get paid for giving them, that part of you? Wow.
And then made me the logistics director, and made my partner the director of the play.
Wow, awesome. So that's good. Yeah. We have Floris here who just joined. Efflorescence. I'm so sorry about the name. Efflorescence, thank you so much for joining in. We have Alex Osho in the studio. Please drop your comments and tell us what you think. So, how has funding been for you? Now, you said you have a band. I want to believe you guys make use of a lot of instruments.
Yes.
So, how has funding been so far?
Okay, like every other business, I like to say that in entertainment, there's no difference.
Okay.
It's garbage in, garbage out. What you put into your business
is what you
determines what comes, back to you as return. Okay. And over the years, it's been a tough one, because a lot of people would not want to reckon with you if you're not the Davidos and Wizkids of this life, who are blown, like we say in Nigeria, to a level and have so much money to play around with. You understand? So it's a difficult one for you as a band or an entertainer, except you're doing something else. Of course, we hear of a lot of people who have shady deals that they're doing at the corner, and they're using it to fund what they're. But since we are not going that route, it's one day at a time. Okay. I recall that I spoke with Diamond Bank and FCMB, and the story was to go and bring collaterals that could not be found in even if I go to heaven, I won't find them. So I got tired of asking for this thing. So basically, what we do is just agree on the fact that every show we do, a certain percentage is saved for the business
itself. Okay, great.
We pay every other person, we pay me, and then whatever is left we save for the business. Yes.
So that's turned back into the business. Great.
It sometimes gets difficult saving those money I'm talking of too, because sometimes you already have a lot of things
backdated bills
waiting. Sort them out, But that's just it, one step at a time.
Okay. So also, you talked about the banks and the finance houses. I wanted to ask you. I was going to say that. How has it been? Would you say they have been supportive with the kind of thing you do? And I'm not talking about you as a person. I'm talking about the industry in general. Would you say finance houses have been very supportive, or are they supportive? And can they do more if they're not?
Well, I think the last statement works for me. They can do more.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'll take you back to what I said just now.
Okay.
That except you're known, except you're already there, except you're a big name, or you have someone who is there to stand in for you as a shorty, that come with me, I know that this person will pay, or even if he messes up, I will pay. Okay. Give him the loan and let him do this business. Yeah, so the banks are not being supportive at all. Once you're not known, once you're not there. Okay. I think the story of we want our risk to be minimal is always the case. They're like, what if we give you this money and we don't get it back? So, yeah. And in most cases, it's not so. If you give the money to someone who's been there for a while, I can't be given a loan to run a business in entertainment and I will fail. I've been doing this for 18 years. I have failed over time. And like I say to anybody that cares to learn, you fail forward, you learn. Okay. Failing forward is the way. You keep learning from your mistakes and then you perfect it. And so at this stage,
they can do more.
They can do more, I think so.
Okay, Bola Agumbiade, thank you so much for joining us on Instagram. Feel free to drop your questions. We have Alex Osho in the studio, and we're talking the business side of entertainment. So now let me ask you very quickly, how do you generate ideas and create content that you sell? How do you generate ideas? How do they come? How do those come? Because it's the content that brings the money.
Exactly.
So how do you generate ideas?
Okay. When it comes to content creation and ideas, you have to be a natural.
Okay.
I would use this girl that is trending now as a typical example.
So who's that girl?
Teniola.
Okay, Teniola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Teniola is, for me, an entertainer. She's not a fantastic singer. if you're looking for a fantastic singer in Nigeria, you speak of Yemi Alade.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that.
But
I have a one-on-one with Yemi, so I know Yemi has one of the best voices in Nigeria. Yeah.
Okay.
Yemi is very good. Yemi can go 3 octaves. Trust me on that. But she doesn't do that anymore because she wants to make money. Now, since we're in inside radio and it's all about finance, I'll tell you that. Yemi just had to say to herself, my voice is not bringing money as long as it's not entertaining. Yeah. It's not about singing.
Yes, it's about
can
this bring
money? So everybody has gone commercial.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody has gone commercial. So for me, let me not digress from
the question.
Teniola.
Yeah.
Teniola is somebody who is just playful, and she's using her everyday life, comic life and character to sell herself.
Okay.
If you recall, when Tenny started, she was just doing videos on Instagram, doing funny faces, and everybody just got endeared to her.
Okay.
So when she came out with Fajin, you understand, it was a bomb because
people already liked funny. What she was doing.
They liked her
as an entertainer.
And then she played around the word virgin and turned it to Fajin.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay, yeah.
And if you listen carefully to the lyrics of the song, she was just playing.
Okay.
So from play, people liked it, and then she went to record it. And then after recording it, it became
a hit.
Money spinning song for her. And that paved her way into the industry. So for content creation, you have to be a natural. It comes naturally. You understand? When I started, I said I started as a musician.
Yeah.
I moved to become an actor because I trained to become an actor.
An actor, okay.
I trained to become a musician by going to church, like I said to you before the show started. It was church.
Yeah.
Then moving to university, I found out that I could act, and I became an actor.
Okay.
When I was done with school, I tried getting into the movies, and being top 4 in University of Lagos, I was so proud, thinking that everybody would just want to use me for their movies. But it falls back to who do you know in the industry.
Okay.
So I realized. Okay. And then more so, there was a little challenge to most stage actors. We find ourselves stuck on acting like stage actors. So it became a little problem for us on screen.
Okay.
So I said to myself, if these guys are not going to use me for their movies, and I'm still struggling, pushing myself as a musician, what else can I do? And then in 2001, my church was going to have their women's stuff. This program
women's
for women program. And their MC messed them up. Okay. My pastor now said, Brother Alex, you can talk from today till Jesus comes. I think this is the time for you to show your talent. I'm like, me? In front of all these women, the guy said, go and collect that microphone. He ordered me. And I picked the microphone, did my thing, and they thought I'd been doing it for long.
Wow, so that was what gave
birth to the MC
part of you. Wow.
And guess what? Speaking of inside radio again and finance, that was what gave me the money.
Wow. So in all these things you've done, MCing has been
it's what brought me out
for you.
Exactly. That's my top notch.
Wow.
That's my top notch.
Okay, so what are some of the mistakes you have made financially?
Okay, I would say that financially, the mistakes I've made, there are plenty.
Okay, sorry to cut you short. Let me introduce those who are on Instagram. We have Marketing Business Class. Marketing Business Matters. Thank you so much for joining in. Feel free to drop your questions. We have Alex Osho, the great man.
I like that word, the great man.
The great man. So drop your questions about his art and whatever you'd like to know. So as we were saying,
so
the challenges you have faced.
Mistakes
you've made financially.
Okay, so I dabbled into printing. Hey, you don't know what I've not done in this life. I dabbled into printing.
Wow.
Printing because I felt that I just needed to survive. Okay. And then as I was making money from MC, that time it was 50,000, 45. My highest was like 60. I would just collect it and go and do the job. And I started doing printing. I started printing for companies. One day, I collected one job. The job was over ₦1 million.
Whoa.
And then, in printing, color schemes can be a major problem for printers.
Okay.
If a company tells you that our color is red, and you give them anything a little close to red or a wave off red, you're in a big problem. So I had asked my contact person to sign on the sheet that I printed as sample for them to approve before I print, because I was printing 400 complimentary cards for 300 staff.
Whoa, that's big.
I had printed everything and I delivered, and they were rejected.
What?
That's it. So
and you had spent like...
Are you kidding me? Those are the crazy mistakes that we make in finances.
Wow.
You understand? Then also, sometimes.
Well, sorry to cut you short, but was that what stopped you from going on with the printing thing? Because of that big mistake, you decided to stop with the printing?
You see, if I had my own machine, and all those things, I would take the risk.
Okay.
But I mean, it looks like the person that has the machine takes your profit at that rate. So I'm going through a lot of stress. And then somebody somewhere just takes his own money, and I'm the one suffering with the client, So it got me tired. And when I went to the banks for loan again, as usual, you see, bring your father's death certificate, your mother's mother, all those things.
So it's that bad?
Yeah,
wow.
It's that bad.
Okay.
It's that bad, yeah.
Okay, so let me ask again. How have, what were the logistics you put in place before you started, your whole the Roots Entertainment Africa band, and the other artist management things you do? What are the logistics you put in place before you said, I want to do this thing? Okay,
so the only logistics any student would put in place is the talent he has. No money. That's just the truth. No money. A student doesn't have money to put any logistics in place.
Okay.
I just had the idea, I had the concept. I wanted to become successful. I wanted to take my craft to the next level. So I just felt ideas equates to money at the end of the day.
So there was really no logistics.
I say
the logistics
nothing.
is just
we had nothing.
You just started.
We just had a dream.
Wow.
I have a dream. that's it. It was just all about dreams.
So it's okay to just have a dream, and if you believe that, because you believed in your dream, you believe that this thing is going to bring. So it starts with your belief as well, that I can do this thing, and regardless of if I have it or not, we can push forward. So that's great. So what sacrifices have you made? I want to believe you've made, 1 or 2 sacrifices here and there, Mr. Alex. Maybe you deprived yourself from some shawarma.
Okay. My first car was a Toyota Corolla.
Whoa.
No, before the Toyota Corolla, I think I used a Kia. But let me even pick it up from the Corolla time.
Okay.
I was already getting known in the industry, and I had this Toyota Corolla. That Toyota Corolla can be called a curse to Toyota Corolla. And everybody kept saying, Alex, we are paying you now. Change this car. I used to stay in a mini flat somewhere in Isheri, Magodo.
Okay.
Everybody would say, Alex, get a place, a bigger space. But I kept saying to myself that I'm staying alone. At that time, I wasn't married.
Okay.
I'm staying alone. I'll get myself a 3-bedroom flat. For what?
For what? What you need that space
what do I need
for?
It for? 2, I'll go and buy a car that I cannot maintain. Doesn't make any sense.
Just for status.
So I kept denying myself
of
those luxury.
Okay.
You understand? And then putting money in the business.
Right.
Now, take it or leave it. My well-being also is part of the business.
Okay.
Because you first addressed the way you look in entertainment industry.
Okay.
Your appearance speaks at least 20 to 30% about you.
Okay.
So now we need to constantly buy what we wear.
Yeah.
We need to look good.
To look good.
We need to be able to,
because you can't be looking
go
hungry going
to go and study.
Yeah.
You have to watch other MCs abroad
to see how they do their
things.
Wow.
And then you begin to perfect your own craft. Now, going online means you are constantly investing in data. Oh, data can chop our money. Data. So that alone is a lot of money consuming stuff. Now you have to constantly go and watch other people's shows.
Okay.
So I'm always going for people's shows.
Okay.
Sometimes artists that I don't know or I'm not close to, I pay to watch them.
To watch them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I'm just seated in the audience like a normal guest.
Okay.
It's now that we now go for show and when you get to the like Alex
and they know
but by that time you would pay to get into this show, just to go and sit down and watch. I have loads of people that I had to sit down and just watch them do their thing. But I found out that over the time I have my own style.
Okay, so you didn't have to. So you just picked one or two
I just
things.
picked one or two things and then put my own originality
into it.
And then, the brand Alex Osho
was born.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so you guys heard it all from Alex Osho. He went and paid money and watched a few people. Some of you don't want to spend £1 to learn anything. Okay, guys, we have a few questions from from people watching us on Instagram, but we'll go on a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be reading out those questions. So don't go anywhere. It is still the business side of entertainment on Insight Radio, the #1 finance radio station right here in Nigeria. Thank you so much, guys, for staying tuned. It is still the business side of entertainment right here on Insights Radio, your #1 finance radio station in the city of Lagos. So those of you watching us on Instagram, thank you so much for making use of your data. We love you, and don't worry, one day we'll reward your kind act. Okay.
She made you a promise.
And I'm definitely going to stick to it. So on the break, we have a question here from Maxwell. So okay. Maxwell is asking, what is your greatest fear, and how do you manage fear?
Okay. Yesterday I was looking at my zodiac sign. I'm a Piscean. I don't believe in those. I didn't used to believe in those things until recently. Okay. So I downloaded this application and then I saw that everything the zodiac sign said about me and about
what
that
you
day,
do.
it was just perfect. So
are you kidding me?
I've been doing this for like 5 days straight now, even up until yesterday, and it's been perfect, like perfect.
Wow.
Huh. Now you can't get 100%, but at least 95% is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
Now, one thing I will say is that the zodiac sign says about Pisceans that we are fearless, we take risk, and we have this tenacity that a lot of people don't have. So we should be easy on those we are trying to mentor or correct to move in that direction, because they don't have the same strength that we have. Yeah. So that was an advice from me from the horoscope. So basically, I'm going to build on that. The truth is, I have the kind of faith that a lot of people in this world don't have. I'm fearless. I don't know. I don't want to know. I believe in there's nothing called impossibility. There's always a way.
There's always a way.
I have a lot of young ones around me, and the only thing they say when they see me is, "Boss, you won't believe I got that thing done." I say, "Correct." He says, "Now you teach us now."
Wow.
There's always a way.
So anyway,
and I remember when they used to fight me that there's no way, but I'm like, I say there is a way. So I'm that kind of person who's fearless.
Wow.
So when it comes to fear, maybe your question should change, because I don't have I don't entertain any fear.
So you don't. So your answer is that you really don't entertain fears. You are a man of great faith.
I don't entertain any fear.
Okay, very quickly.
I can just face challenges and move on.
Okay, so big shout out to those watching us via Instagram. Fresh Mirabelle is here saying hi.
Thank you.
And Ayotunde is here as well. We also have Kola Agumbiadi who just joined us live via Instagram. So from all you said, there's actually many things you can be doing to be getting money by using social media.
Money is constantly running here.
Yeah, money is constantly running on social media. So don't just spend your time going through people's pages and you're not getting any dime. It's not. Yeah.
You are liking people's pages. Be there now.
Okay, so another person is asking a question. It's Toyo, and he says, "How do you define success?"
I define success as turning your passion into profession.
Turning your passion into profession.
And by that, I would say that you would suffer. Hey, quick one. I like to do a quick shout out to somebody very important here.
Okay.
Connor Winky, I see you. Thank you for tuning in. We are still live at Insight. Okay.
Insight.
Here. All right. And so basically, success for me is about waking up to see that everything you ever dreamt of is what you're doing.
Okay.
And you're doing it with ease.
You're doing it.
Now, I would say for a fact that success does not come with money immediately.
Okay.
That is it. You would have to pay your dues and be known for it for a while, and one day somebody will now say, like we say in church, the book of remembrance will be opened unto you. That's it. Success is all about doing what you love to do. When you wake me up right now and say, Alex, there's a show, my MC has disappointed me, I need you now. I say this with all arrogance. Let me be arrogant about it. I don't want to know what the nature of the event is. I would anchor that event.
And you'll do it.
And I'll do it well.
100%. Wow.
Be it in finance, be it in agriculture, be it in entertainment. I don't want to know. I will get up and I'm glad to hold that microphone.
And do it.
Yeah, because I try to ensure that I know a bit of everything. You understand? A bit of technology, a bit of agriculture, a bit of politics. You can't know everything, but at least just have the rudiments and then be able to speak. Then your job as an anchor is to ensure that there is a smooth flow of the event.
Wow.
So my success comes from
just
turning my passion
into cash. So you guys turn your passion today into what to give you money. And I want to pick on something you said about not just saying you make that money now. You need to pay the sacrifice and be patient enough to wait for that thing you're doing to grow and then start generating some cash for you. So I wanted to ask you were saying something before that you didn't complete what you said about the challenge of finance. You said you had to make clothes.
Yes, part of the band stuff, for your band to look good, you have to constantly change the uniforms they wear. Those are the investments that I also had to put in place that time. Constantly, I had to be changing their uniforms. Out of the stipend that were being paid, we now still remove money, change, sew clothes for them, sew for myself, so we just don't look like some scruffy guys coming together to sing, And sometimes you've done all these, and you might not even get the show in a month or two.
Wow.
So you've invested a lot.
You invested money, but nothing has
and nothing is coming.
Back.
Then I forgot to mention constant rehearsals. You need to pay for the rehearsal studio.
Wow.
You understand? You would pay maybe 10 or 15K for the rehearsal studio.
Wow.
The instrumentalists, you will pay them money. So at the end of the day, for every rehearsal, you're coughing up like 50,000 naira.
Wow.
And you're doing that weekly or once in 2 weeks. Where is that going to come from? You see it?
So how was it for you? How were
at
you
that
able?
time?
Yeah.
Okay, as students at that time, what we did was, as we're making money from these shows, we were buying one thing. So today, my friend will buy a keyboard. The keyboardist among those will buy a keyboard.
Whoa.
Tomorrow, the drummer will go to the market and go and buy the drums. He can't get the complete drum, but maybe we'll buy the side drum. Tomorrow we'll go and buy the snare.
Okay.
Next tomorrow is buying this, you understand?
Yeah.
And we started having these things, and we're keeping them in school because we stayed on campus.
Okay.
So we're keeping them. So everybody knew us in school. Everybody in University of Lagos knew us because we constantly rehearsed in the school premises. So next tomorrow, this one is buying the bass guitar. Everybody's scattered now. Only a few are still with me. Everybody's scattered. One is in the United States. One already has his own band. One like that. So the people I work with now are new people that came in after my colleagues became guys on their own. Yeah, you feel it. So basically, it is all about investing the money you're making to ensure that
the business is still running.
So instead of us paying for rehearsal studios, we're now rehearsing on campus.
On campus.
So it took away maybe like 15K.
Instead of spending money.
And we're not paying ourselves rehearsal fee anymore because it's business.
Okay.
Wow. But now that I'm working with people who are working for me, I have to pay them.
You have to pay them.
That's it. So it's a lot.
Wow.
It's a lot on me.
Yeah. So do you train people?
Oh yes, constantly. I mean, constantly I have my house is a bus stop.
It's a bus stop for train.
I'm telling you.
But the people you train, do they pay for this training?
No, I don't collect money for.
But don't you think it's another source of?
In life, the best investment is to invest in people. Now, if you already get paid 20,000 naira for them to come and train, you have collected your royalty for life from them. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
Once they leave, whatever you taught me, I paid for. So please don't ask me for anything. That's it. But once you're training with the mind of investing in people, there's this loyalty that stays with you forever. Because they would go all the way to ensure that everything goes well with you.
Wow.
Not all of them, and not all the time, but at least out of 5 there will be 1, out of 10 there will be 2, like that. You understand?
Okay.
That's it. I'll give you a typical example. Heidi Kabasa, the guy that produced Olamide, that produced Nice, that produced Rugged Man, Jable, big names. You understand? Okay. He's a very good friend of mine. In fact, all the names I mentioned, we used to sit down together every day, Hungry Boys, Tuesday in the studio, somewhere in Akoka, and they all know. That's why you see a few faces for my show coming up on the 29th. And at some point, things went really rough for Kabasa. Very, very wrong. And I recall that Nice decided to do an album for him and named it Heidi Kabasa. I don't know if you saw that album. It's out there. A complete album, and all the proceeds from the album goes to Kabasa. You understand? Yeah. I recall that Olamide got up and I heard that Olamide took him away from Akoka. He's now on the island. He's been inviting me to his house. I probably stop by now.
Wow.
You understand? So he invested in people.
And now they're giving.
And now they're taking.
They're giving back.
So asking for money for food. I think I'm okay. I have food to eat. I have a place to stay.
Okay, so what would be your last words or your advice to people who want to do the kind of thing, who wants to be an MC or who is currently, an MC? What do you think they should take out of this thing, and especially from also the financial angle?
Okay, so my advice to them would be first to perfect your craft daily.
Okay.
Don't think you already know it. Don't think you're there yet. Don't think you're perfect. Constantly embrace criticism.
Okay.
Let people criticize you. You understand? Allow it. Just smile when you're being criticized. And step aside and think about what the person said.
Okay.
It's possible that the advice you just got from that person will be the one that will propel your career to the next level. So just allow it, because trust me, I used to kiss criticism that time. You understand? Even till now, you get. So that's one. Then 2, as you work on your craft, ensure that you have people that you are mentoring after.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some of them may not be reachable, but their works. Like me, I boast of saying that I have nobody that has helped me in this industry like I have helped other younger ones. Nobody has been there for me till now that I can say, I can boast of, okay, when I was growing, this person pulled me up. Nobody. I didn't have that privilege.
Okay.
Not because some of them wouldn't have done, but I didn't start my career in Nigeria. I started in Ghana.
Okay.
So when coming back to Nigeria, some of them, I was a little strange to them. Then the ones that were close to me don't want to help. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll do this on my own, and God has brought me thus far. So you need to constantly have someone you're checking on online to see how the person does it. You need to mentor after people, even if you can't reach them or reach their works. Then you need to save.
Okay.
You need to save. Save in the sense that sometimes my strategy is to buy things that I know I can sell later on.
Okay.
Because I can spend recklessly. Trust me. Once I owed money and you ask me for money, I'll give you. Or I see anything I want to buy, I'll buy. So the best thing I can do is just buy something that I know that is very, very pricey, and people would want it later on. So if the chips are down and I need cash, I sell it, make my money back. Instead, that's my strategy. It doesn't have to be another person's strategy. Some people know how to save and save well. Those ones, kudos to them. In fact, they are my guys. But me, I'm not so good with saving like that. So basically, save constantly for what you plan to do. If it requires equipment, if it requires you getting a office space or whatever, or funding generally, just make sure you have cash somewhere. And please, finally, don't expect anything from anybody. That's it.
That's a deep one.
A lot of Nigerians are that there's a word they use for it, entitlement mentality. A lot of artists, a lot of Nigerians, you're supposed to do this for me. You did it. I'm supposed to get this from you. Nobody owes anybody anything in life.
That's
so
true.
just know that first. Once that sinks in your brain, then everything is fine.
It's fine.
Nobody's indebted to you. Your mother is not indebted. She has given birth to you.
And
She managed to send you to school. The rest is your responsibility. I did not have the luxury of having a father. You understand? I grew up like fatherless. And then my mom had to go through a lot also. So basically, I took care of myself from a certain time. If I tell you that I actually went to as low as cleaning gutters in Apapa, you won't believe. And I come from an average rich home. I'm sure my sister would laugh now because she didn't hear. She never knew this. She never knew because I needed cash. I've always been that kind of guy that wanted
to be independent.
So my friend was like a street boy who had nothing, and I had to just move out with them, and I'll go out with them. Okay, what are they doing? They'll say they're making 1,000 naira from cleaning this place. Oh yeah, let's go now. I'm cleaning with them, and I'll wear face cap so that my people will
not see you.
You understand? So just don't be dependent on people. You understand? Try to do something. Favor will find you on the way.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and finally, let's talk about your show that's coming up.
Yes, so Alex Osho Live.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Alex Osho Live is an offspring of a show that used to be called Magic Moment with Alex Osho.
Okay.
And then as Magic Moment, the drink decided not to sponsor, we changed the name to Alex Osho Live.
Okay.
So this is the third edition. It has we've been blessed to have the likes of Faust the Bad Guy, Emma Oh My God, Yinka Davies, Isaac Gerrards, Femi Leye. The list is long to grace the show. And this edition is coming at a very good time because I'm definitely going to be 40 on the 5th of March. And on the 29th of March, we're having the show at Freedom Park as usual. The show is packed already. We have 40 artists on stage.
Whoa. So
I'm playing around that 40, and the show is called Fortitude.
Okay.
Fortitude because I'm changing my attitude at 40. Fortitude. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
So I mean, it's going to be at Freedom Park. The red carpet starts at 5 o'clock.
5 p.m. Yeah.
And then of course the show starts 7 on the dot.
No African
Even if
time.
it's one person, I told the MC, Kofi, the comedian, is going to be my anchor. Thank you so much for coming out for me, brother. Kofi is the host of the event, and I said to him, even if it's one person, the show starts for 7. I don't want to care.
But let's hear that date again, so it's strict.
29th of March 2019 at Freedom Park, Lagos. Okay, it's going to be loud.
It's going to be loud. So
it's going to be body.
So you guys, you've heard it all today with Alex Osho in the studio. I've actually learned a lot. Thank you so much for those of you listening and watching by Instagram, listening to us online. Thank you so much. We do this every Friday from 12:30 p.m. It's supposed to be 1 o'clock, but you know, now it was getting too interesting. But yeah, it's fine. So join us same time next week as we do this again. And don't forget to be at Alex Osho Live on the 29th of March by 7 p.m. Till I come your way next week, my name is Kewe, and this is the business side of entertainment.
Thank you.